Hey everyone, Krona here again today with another Monster Hunter World video, and today we have Subspecies. Subspecies. There's just constant videos on YouTube as of right now for the 3 new subspecies that has been revealed by Capcom, which is the Coral Pukei Pukei, the Nightshade Paolumu, and the Viper Tobi-Kadachi. Now, in terms of the subspecies, these are previewed by a number of people who have been invited by Capcom to play the preview version of Monster Hunter World Iceborne. So they have certain functionalities that they were able to test, but more importantly, they were able to show us some gameplay footage of these new subspecies in action. Now, in terms of what I want to focus on today, I just wanted to focus really quickly on some of the things that we can expect from these subspecies. Now, the one thing I want to talk about really quickly is the fact that in my previous video, I focused a lot on how subspecies behave completely differently, alongside the fact that they attack very differently in comparison to their standard versions. Now, with the acidic lavinus, I focused on that, especially on the sharpened tail state. I showed a lot about how the standard lavinus has usually these chunky, heavy, meaty chops, and then the acidic lavinus has this kind of more precise kind of swing, the fluid motions akin to a longsword. And we're kind of getting the exact same treatment here with these subspecies. So basically, in terms of their attack patterns, these are attack patterns that we are not familiar with the regular version because of the fact that these are attacks that they never had to begin with. So the subspecies, in terms of what their attack patterns are, they're completely different to what we are usually used to. And of course, they also have the standard attacks in tandem with the new attacks. So the first one I want to talk about, let's go with the Viper Tobi-Kadachi. Now, the Viper Tobi-Kadachi is basically the Tobi-Kadachi subspecies, and in terms of its appearance, it's kind of got this like brownish color to it, akin to, well, a viper really. So it's got that snake-like coloration to it, hence the Viper name. And one of the key differences between this and the standard Tobi-Kadachi is the fact that in terms of the element that they use, the standard Tobi-Kadachi uses thunder, so it has thunder blight to you. So if you get hit by any of its thunder attacks, you get thunder blight and then you get stunned really easily. Now with the Viper Tobi-Kadachi, it has a different set of elements. Now I say elements as in multiple because one of the elements it has is poison. So poison is one of the key elements that the Viper Tobi-Kadachi has. So whenever it attacks you, it will start to generate poison in certain areas. Sometimes it will generate a poison cloud that would inflict poison on you if you go into it. And the other element that it has is paralysis. Now, when you're going with the snake-like theme, this makes a lot of sense because of the fact that when you generally get poisoned by a snake, one of the main things that you can't really do is move around a lot. Hence, with the Viper Tobi-Kadachi, because they're going with that snake motif, you've got the paralysis alongside the poison in tandem with each other in order to give you that kind of challenge. So not only are you having to look out for the paralysis effect, you also have to be careful with the poison effect. Now, the other key differences between the Viper Tobi-Kadachi and the standard Tobi-Kadachi is some of the attack patterns. Now, with the acidic lavinus, I gave you some of the examples of how the acidic lavinus attacks differently with regards to its sharpened tail. With the Viper Tobi-Kadachi, it's in regards to how it actually floats around. Now, if you're familiar with the standard Tobi-Kadachi, it tends to float around in a very straight line, and then it will either do a tail slam or a tail swipe. So that's one of the key things that's been changed. With the Viper Tobi-Kadachi, instead of floating in a straight line, it would start to float around, and then it would start to circle the hunters around, and then it would try to attack them from the back with either a tail swipe or a tail slam. So instead of doing the standard floating towards the hunter, so instead of doing a jump and then it floats and then it doesn't attack, it will jump around, it will float very carefully around the hunters, and then once it's picked on its prey, it will land down and do a very quick attack. So that's one of the key differences between the standard and the Viper version of Tobi-Kadachi. Now, the other key difference is in the anatomy. The Viper Tobi-Kadachi actually has these spikes on its tail. Now, these spikes are not just aesthetics, so they're not just for show. They actually do function. The way they function is if the Tobi-Kadachi generates these tail spikes and it does a tail swipe, certain attacks of its tail swipe will throw these tail spikes, similar to how the Nagakuga throws tail spikes in order to inflict bleeding. So whether these tail spikes actually generate an elemental affinity, so whether they generate poison or generate paralysis, I'm not quite sure as of yet because I wasn't able to actually play this preview. I'm only going through with what the video shows, but from what I can see, they do actually either generate poison most likely or paralysis. In my opinion, I do believe they generate poison for the most part. Now the second subspecies that's been revealed is the Coral Pukei Pukei. Now this subspecies behaves massively different to what we're known with the standard Pukei Pukei. Now the standard version generates poison, and now for the subspecies version, it now starts to generate water. Now when I say generate water, I don't really exactly mean it generates water. What I mean mostly is the fact that it absorbs water, so it starts drinking water, and then that water goes through its tail and then it sprays it kind of like a high power hose. So it will spray the water into the hunters like a high powered jet stream of water in order to damage them. So the way it does this is, first and foremost, it will find a source of water. The Coral Highland actually has one, which is this weird jelly floor like thing where if you knock down a monster, they get trapped in it. So that's actually a source of water in accordance to what we've been shown. And then the Pukei Pukei would dig its head into it, and then it would start drinking the water from it, and then it would start spraying the water from its tail into the hunters as it's drinking the water from this jelly kind floor. So that's one of the ways it does these attacks. Now the other attack that it has, which is really interesting because this is the one that a lot of the videos that I've been seeing online previews, is it does this 360 tail spin. So it flies up into the air, starts swinging its tail in a circular motion, and as it does this, the circular motion, it's actually spraying the water at the hunters. Now the greatest part about this is because of the fact that it's spinning it at such a great motion, the radius of this particular attack increases as it swings it more and more, meaning that you're more likely to get hit the more it swings its tail. Now it's even better because of the fact that you can't actually knock it down because it's in the air, and from what I can see, it tends to be immune to the flash bug effect because of the fact that as it's spinning it, it's changing its view in different directions, therefore it's not always facing in the same direction. So as it's swinging its tail in a full 360, not only do you have to watch out for it getting bigger, you also have to watch out for it getting hit because of the fact that if you do get hit, it will take a lot of your HP away. Now the other kind of attack that it has is it flies up into the air and it does the general spray of the water, but it does it in a straight line. Now the biggest difference between these two is how they attack, because the standard Pukei Pukei, it generally tends to use most of its attacks by spitting poison at you. It doesn't really do a lot of the whole tail mechanic. It does have tail mechanics, but it doesn't always use it. So in terms of the standard version, every now and then it will spray the poison, but it would do it as a poison cloud using its tail. It doesn't actually use it as kind of like a high power hose. So these are one of the key differences between this particular subspecies and its original counterpart. Now, the next and final subspecies that's been revealed is the Nightshade Paolumu. Now, in terms of the differences between the standard Paolumu and the Nightshade version, the key differences between them is the Nightshade Paolumu's element. The Nightshade Paolumu can generate a sleeping cloud. Now, this means all of the wind pressure attacks that we usually have with the standard Paolumu, they now instead generate a smoke that can put hunters into sleep. Now, this is one of the key differences because the Nightshade Paolumu tends to focus on putting the hunters into sleep and then bombarding them with attacks. So with the videos that I've watched, it shows that it has this attack pattern where it becomes really erratic, and then afterwards it would put the hunters to sleep again, and then it repeats its pattern. So in terms of the key differences on how the Nightshade Paolumu fights, it will put you into sleep and then it will attack you. Now the smoke that puts you into sleep, it doesn't go away straight away. It actually lingers there for quite some time. And one of the best way to disperse these clouds is by having the Paolumu itself actually attack these areas, because the attacks that the Nightshade Paolumu does actually disperses these clouds. So in terms of how you want to get rid of these clouds, if you have it aimed towards you, just make sure you don't go into the sleeping clouds. If you have it aimed towards you and then have it rush towards you, it will disperse it if you're able to dodge the attack, and then have it hit around the area where the sleeping cloud is, so it will disperse that. And that is pretty much it for me today. So in terms of what Capcom has revealed and what these people have revealed on their YouTube pages, we have now seen 3 new subspecies. Now in terms of the total subspecies that's been revealed so far, that gives us a total of 6. We got Fulgur Anjanath, Ebony Odogaron, we've got Acidic Lavinus, and now we've got these 3 that has been revealed. And it's amazing stuff because there's more for Capcom to reveal during this August with the next developer's diary. Now I'm really hoping that aside from subspecies, they reveal some of the other new monsters that they have planned for Monster Hunter World Iceborne, because as of right now, we do have 3 new monsters. That is the Beotodus, the Banbro, and the Volcana, but that's the only 3 that they've shown so far. As of right now, the subspecies, the returning monsters, they have revealed more of those than they have revealed new monsters. So I'm really hoping that Capcom balances this out by revealing the new monsters that they have planned in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. And I'm saying that I hope that they balance this out because there is actually some videos out there of people playing against the Barioth as of right now. So the Barioth preview is there as well. I'll have a link down in the description below if you also want to see the Barioth video. So I'll put a link in the description down below of all of the full fights for the subspecies as well as the Barioth. That is pretty much it from me today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.